Welcome back again to my channel, and I am sure that most of you will be like, this one just the increased price, and yeah, this one should say this one, this one should say this one. And as most of you actually know that I make videos from Nigeria, and I've not actually like done this process thing before. So even when I charged 300k initially, everybody says it's too much, you just want to give them care and everything. Like, okay, I was persuaded to actually reduce it. That why you push out late this morning now, that I should reduce it as people have things to do, you know, those things now. So I came here, I reduced it to 100k and everything. So but with the way things were going, I made it a compulsory criteria for people to actually do their CV. That's because when I went through some CV, and if most of you know, some of you have actually sent me CV for review before. I was like, please, I'm not good with CV, I don't know what to say, but suddenly somehow now I'm drafting CV. It's very surprising, very surprising. And most of you know that I don't even speak very good English. I don't type very good English, but I don't know when it comes to CV. So initially I actually contacted a CV company, you know, because I know that I don't speak very good English, I don't type very good English. So I contacted a CV company that they should be drafting CV for all my applicants, and I explained to him, if you were to draft for nurses, you know, it's somehow easy, guy. So when the first applicant I paid was the one that does not have experience, and I said, okay, my first applicant no get experience, so which experience you go draft from? That was that the guy said, I said, just to copy one entity for Google. What is it, Tani? So how will she defend it during interview? Or do you think I'm just working towards being shortlisted for them to shortlist them, or what? That this thing, that's it too. And you guys know that most of these people that draft CV, they are not science inclined, they are not health inclined, and that's why even if you contact a company to draft CV for you, it should be somebody that, it should be a company that they are health inclined, they are health this thing. Even at that, you know, there are some words that if you're claiming you don't have experience, there are some words that you should use in your CV. If you are claiming you have experience, there are some words you should use in your CV. So imagine you just contacted a CV company to draft CV for you, and then your experience, they're using all these strong medical terms, and then your cover letter, your CV is saying you don't have experience. So how did you come about these words? I hope you understand that. So how the recruiter will actually know this person does not have experience is in your professional summary. And that's why there's a difference between professional summary, personal profile, and personal profile and this thing. So if you don't have experience and you say personal profile and the person is reading it, there's a way you make that personal profile look. When the recruiter actually see, they'll be like, okay, this one will get experience. But when your CV is saying professional summary, professional profile, that means they are reading a CV from maybe probably a nurse, a certified support worker and everything. So when they're reading, they are expecting to see some work. So imagine you did economics, you did law, and then you in your CV is actually saying professional profile, and then when they read it, they see all those things that you could do, all those medical things, and then after reading your experience, only to go and see your educational qualification that you don't have any health background or anything. That's it did in here now. It did not relate. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? That's why I say normally this thing does not require experience and everything, but when this thing does not require experience, come out plain. You don't have experience, but you have ability to learn, and even in the past you've learned something, so that when the recruiter is going through your CV, they will understand that okay, this person don't get experience, but this person has performed some things like maybe administrative medication, because when they tell you give this person drug 2 in the morning, 2 in the, does it mean, does it have to, do you have to go to school for that? There's some basic things that as normal human being, you know, that as normal we're supposed to have first aid, right? So there's some things that as normal human being you can do without going to school. So those things, that's why I told you that when I draft CV, right, I'll do interview for every of my applicants to know what they are good at, so that even during interview, when the employer be the recruiter now asks them question, okay, how do you administer drug? For example, if someone says, how do you give someone paracetamol? It's not you take the paracetamol, but when you administer drug, you're not allowed the drug to touch your hand. You make sure the patient's hand is clean, then you just open it from the back to the patient's hand, because it's not good to pass drug from your hand to another person's hand. Because the microorganism in your hand passing to the person's hand and everything, so it's better you just open it from the sachet from the back to the person's hand. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. That was just some like what I'm saying, like normal basic thing that okay, I am not good with this thing, that I have ability to learn, and then you not make your CV too there's something they call CV shake a bit cliches, that is I am a highly motivated, caring, compassionate. For the CV I've drafted so far, the only one that I don't know that is repeating that I know I use CV cliche is compassionate, and that was because it was necessary for me, and it was just once I used it. The only other things I used real life, I used the real action thing. So because of how the company was, initially when I contacted the company, it said 20k, though it does it for like maybe 16k for normal people, but he said it would take like 3 days. But I begged him that 3 days is too far, these people need to apply and everything. So it was like, since he's doing emergency this thing for me, we'll be taking 20k. So that was how I was taking 20k for CV. So when you send the money, I'll just transfer it to the guy, let me draft CV. But because of this thing and everything, that okay, don't worry, you just be doing the computer side of it. I'll draft the experience, the summary, the experience summary, and which other one? Experience summary and personal, and the profile myself, and that's what I've been doing. Then I asked myself, waiting the CV again. If I don't draft the personal summary or professional summary or summary, depending on the aspect of this in you are, let me draft the skills, let me draft the experience. Waiting remain for CV again, and these three are the most important thing that the recruiter will first see before they even know. And again, I mean, they draft the cover letter, especially for people who will not get experience, because your cover letter has to somehow be inspirational, like to explain to them that okay, you're a lawyer, you are changing to social work. What changed your mind? What's this thing? And some people, they are still working in their law office, and now you want to do social work. What is the inspiration behind it? So that's why I said there's no how two people can have the same CV and cover letter, because I will interview you. So depending on the experience that you've had, right, that's when we now use to draft cover letter for you, so that when the person is reading, because there's from website that cover letter is the first thing they will see before they even check your CV. So when they now read it and they say that okay, this person actually studied law and the person wants to change to social work, what made that to change? When you now say that okay, or maybe there is nothing wrong in career change, there is nothing wrong in that. You can spend 10 years in this thing and want to do career change. There is nothing wrong with that. But what is wrong is if your notion is not clear. You get, if your notion is not clear, like you have to make your notion clear that you don't have any hidden this, even if you have hidden thing. That's why they say in court of law, now person will bring evidence, now him be winner. You get, not be by and that the guy do like this, where is your evidence? I hope you understand that. So even if your intention is not right, I'm not saying you do bad thing or anything, like there's nothing wrong with career change, but then you have to have like a reason for it, that you've spent how many years in law and then suddenly you want to do social work. What's the inspiration behind it? So you don't have to be doing all this I am motivated, life have gone through, I am motivated. You have to be like realistic. So I just find myself doing that. I was like, okay, what's remaining in CV? So somehow I was like, there's no point, that I just dash this guy money. So after I've done skills, personal summary, experience, then the next is your education. And somehow I'm the one even arranging the CV, because depending on the type of person you are, there are some people that their education will sell them better than this thing. Like that's why I say no two applicants can have the same CV. Your education can come first before your training, your online can come first. I'll just choose the one that I know that when the recruiter is going through, like they will still be seeing all this thing before they will know that you get. So like I'm just dashing this guy money. So I have someone decided to like I'm doing the CV myself and everything, but in the process of doing it myself, I don't know how that guy is charging 20k for CV and cover letter. But I think maybe it's because he used to do copy and paste, right? We will just copy and paste this thing, edit and everything. But me, I used to take my time. For those people that have paid, they know that I used to take my time. I will do interview for you. I will ask you things that I know that during interview you'll be able to defend, even if you are sleeping. They will ask you, okay, how did you boil water for this man? It's not just understood. Even if you don't use the correct, like when an interviewer knows that you don't have experience, they don't expect you to be using medical terms. It is not possible. when you're saying I treated somebody that has malaria, okay, how did you treat the person? Okay, when I entered, I said that the person was shivering. As a recruiter, I've captured that word shivering. I know you know what you're saying. Then when she was shivering, I removed the clothes in her body. Then I noticed that temperature was high temperature. That is the second key word. So how you join that English together is none of my business. My business is that key word. Do you guys understand? So even if you don't have experience, there's a way you explain something, relate something for your interview, and they'll know that, okay, you have an idea. I don't need you to use all those big medical words. No, there's a keyword I'm looking for. When you tell me that you've taken care of somebody with malaria before, I want to hear shivering, I want to hear temperature, I want to hear headache, I want to hear nausea, I want to hear, okay, I made tea for him. You know all those things I want to hear. So the way you speak that English, when saying go join here, is none of my business. I shall want to hear that keyword. Same goes to people that have taken care of dementia patients. There are some peculiarities, there are some things that is peculiar to only dementia patients. So when you say I've taken care of dementia patients, my grandmother had dementia and everything, okay, it's fine. I don't need to tell you, I don't need to ask you the physiological or physiology, is it the part anatomy, part anatomy of dementia. You don't have experience. I don't need you to understand it. Just tell me what you noticed. Dementia, one of the peculiarities is memory loss. Like sometimes, okay, for example, somebody that did law now, for example, somebody that studied law now, I are saying your grandmother had dementia, and as an interview, I say, okay, tell me what you know about dementia, or what was her response. You'd be like, and then you'd be like, okay, sometimes when I tell her something, she used to forget things. I've captured that word, forget. And then as a recruiter, I'll be okay, when you forget things, what do you do? That is when we now know if you are lying or not. Do you guys not understand it? So imagine if I did copy and paste for you. You've never met a dementia patient, you've never treated a dementia patient, and then you'll be like, wait I do. There's no how you say wait here, because you know that it didn't happen. If somebody forgets something, what do you do? And that is why I used to take my time to interview each of my applicants and ask them something that they can never explain. In fact, sometimes when I interview some applicants, when they tell me people they've treated that are sick, it used to even get emotional for me, because the thing has happened years ago, but it's still fresh in their head. The way they will say, I think I'll be like, please, it's okay. Like, it will make it real emotional. So imagine when I now write that your life experience that you can never forget your life in your CV, and then your interviewer is asking you, and then you get the most, and you know all these Oyinbo people, all these Oyinbo people that does all this care, they don't get hurt. You get. So imagine when you're relating your situation and everything, like the thing you went through, the thing you did for the person, you don't carry the emotional part of him away. They will know that yes, you know what you are saying. You don't have to fake it. So at times, writing CV for also I beg, don't go deep. Just tell me what happen. Waiting you see me, you get, and that is the point of it. Not like to go and copy and paste one Google thing for you, and then when they ask you, you maintain this thing. So with everything, so that's number one. So the next reason is because I said I wanted to give you guys this care home, and so now I actually draft the CV myself, and there's no I can draft CV for you 20k. It's not possible. It's not possible. So at the time I increased it to 30k, after 40k, and now the things are going. Then the next one is the next reason is because I felt like I was just going to give you guys the care home. Then when I actually give you the care home, and that's it, the CV you apply yourself, but somehow I just find myself applying for these people. Even when I tell them apply, you guys know that I told you I went to look for website that is not popular, right? Okay, that is not popular. So most of them, the website is not so friendly. That's why I said I took my time to study the website, to know what it is and everything. Some of them, the website is not friendly. So when I tell an applicant, send your CV now, when you get there, don't do like this. So it will be as if until you are speaking English, you just they just say, I beg, if you don't yourself, you know, those kind of things. And if I'm applying for it, that means if I have to be careful, you get. So though I said I'm ready to stay with you through application process, but I did not imagine myself doing it myself for anyone. I felt like I'll just explain to them, they will do it themselves and everything. So that's number 2 reason. Then the number 3 reason is because guys, this thing is stressful. You know, when I came here to say 100k and everything, you know that when you never do something before, right? Just like when maybe a bricklayer or fashion designer, or just saying you want to sew this clothes, and you say, it's not this simple shit. Don't worry, just bring to 5, and then when you now do it, you know that yes, but thank God that. So you see all those stress I've been through and everything, I cannot do it for that price. I cannot. And the next reason is because since I've started this thing, I've not had time for myself from whatever I do. You guys know I have 5 YouTube channels. In fact, last week, for 2 weeks now, I've not posted on my other channels. I've not been able to, even for a year, I've not been able to shoot videos for you guys. The only videos you've been seeing is episode 1, episode 2, and I have a lot of immigration videos I should be shooting for you guys, even for people that cannot afford like normal immigration fee videos, things to do, and you know, all those things. There's someone that has been begging me that I shoot video on schools in UK that actually accept HND. He said his deadline is Wednesday. I'm really trying to actually make that video just because of that guy, a big guy. So I've not been able to really have time for myself, and I have my other channel that I'm actually earning money from. And you know how YouTube works, when you don't upload video at least once a week and everything, your this thing start dropping, you start losing money and everything. So if I am really taking that much time to attend to an applicant for days to be sure that everything is fine, at least the least I should do is I should know that the thing is really worth it. I am really earning enough to know that okay, not like you paid 100k, I gave you KO, I'm drafting CV, I'm drafting a cover letter, I'm doing interview for you, I'm making sure that everything is right, I'm still applying for you, drafting interview questions for you and everything. It looks these things, 100k is much. Oh god. Anyways, which other reason? The other reason is because sometimes, just like there was this guy that was supposed to send his application this night for customer care. I sent CV to this guy like 3 times. Please go through this CV. Go through it. Say you don't check him. Go through it. Cover letter. Check your name. Check the spelling. If you all these people that their name used to have double letter. Go through it. Check it. I'm attending to so many applicants at the time. I cannot be sure of accuracy, but I'll try my best. But just confirm me if there's anything. Especially all this email address, all this number. Check it. The guy said he don't check him. Okay. So I was about to send his application. That speech just said, never send them. Just wait. Just ask them again about this email address and this thing. I don't know. I just felt like waiting. I was supposed to send his application this midnight. Yeah, this midnight. This speech just said, just wait. I just waited. I sent him again this morning. Look at this email address. Look at it very well. Is it valid? Is it correct? Guess what the guy said? See, I don't know. Hey, Jesus. Why these people resume work like this? I need to find out that it's not correct. So imagine if I had sent the application. I know that when you send the application, you use the email address. So how would they have communicated back to him that okay, we shortlist you or anything? You see those type of things, and then they'll come and say this girl you are scam, did not shortlist you and everything. You see those type of things. And I told him, for people that I can send CV to you 3 different times. I will ask you, what are you doing now? Are you calm? Is your head balanced? I know that most of you actually work. I cannot be sending CV to you when inside maybe you are in Lagos, your head is hot, and be telling you to check CV is not possible. I wait for you to get home, shower, eat, or yeah, go through your CV, check for everything, every single thing. Then I did like 3 times. He said yes, only for me to be able to say that's why you just tell me to hold on. And then you're not saying that you see all those type of things. You see all those type of things, guy. You see all those type of things. Like, and you can't really blame them. And another thing is, you know, some people have, like one of my applicants said, like people have different diverse backgrounds. Some people are not tech inclined. Some people are just scared, like let it just be from you, that kind of thing. Sometimes when I want to apply for people, but you know, like if I'm using the same website, I can't use my phone so that they will not see it as spam. I have to go and look for another neighbor. Sometimes it's my facility manager. I'll just make a pay guy your phone so that I'll send the application through his phone, because if I send it through my phone, they will see it as spammy. Like that's how it has always been. Like I know I don't have a laptop. As when I have a laptop, maybe it's like amazing. I actually do everything from my phone, but sometimes I used to go and borrow my neighbor's phone like that to so that it not be like spam. So overall, with all of our unforeseen circumstances and everything, I said 300k initially, so I'm bringing the 300k back. That is the last price. No pricing, no anything. So I understand the money is much and everything, but as the money is much to you, that is how the workload is much for me. It's really much, because I want to do is she like Omado Ojuame? And so far with the applicant I've had, God forbid though, God forbid. But you know, people now like to do the worst scenario, even if they don't get the job. I know say if they still see me tomorrow, they will still say, "I dare me." That is how it has really gotten to. They know that this girl, they will still greet me, even if they greet me with their nose. They will say, "Ah, this girl." Not be like you will see me tomorrow, you come and hold me, hey, you collect money from me and run away. They are two different things. That's why even if, and even that if is going to depend on if you take what is it every day that this car used to spoil into your long? Is it every day? So guys, as I was saying, even if they actually see me tomorrow, they will still go, this girl, nobody will walk out and say, hey, you collect money from me and run away. I did not collect money from anybody and run away. I did your work. So that's why I said the only thing that can be a limitation is if you don't pass your interview. And like I said, I'll try my best, prepare for the interview, give possible interview questions. So when you now get there and then maybe you're looking at the interview like this, but I know that so far the applicant I have, even if they see me outside, that's why I said even if they cannot come and say, yeah, you want by what? I gave you care yes or no. You call them, did they have a sponsorship, yes or no? CV, I gave you yes or no. Did you see any of this CV on Google, yes or no? Cover letter, I gave you yes or no. Does it look like Google cover letter, yes or no? I sent application, yes or no? Did they do this? So that's why I said, ever man arise from the applicant. Just like when I send a CV to a person, check your email. You tell me say you don't check them, saying correct. It's very correct. It's very correct. Only for me to do this thing, and then that's how we just be expecting. These people never communicate. And share na wrong email you put. You see all those type of things. Am I supposed to come and say, it show me that you go get the job? How? I did all these things myself, just tell the CV myself, cover letter. Do you think it's just for you to confirm? Check your email, spell it one after the other, and be sure it's correct, because that's what they used to communicate to you. Am I supposed to use my email for you again? Am I? It's all this type of thing. So even if you see me outside, you go not say that one are your mistake. No be me. I tried my best. I cannot use my email for you. So those are just the factors that I work about. So far, for those people that actually take to the rules, when I say do this one, they do it, check through, do this, and everything has been going on fine. But it's all those ones that maybe they'll send them CV, they'll just do boo and check, and that one did not come. And even these things happen in real life. Sometimes you will fill form. Even for jams, some people will fill form, they'll put first name before this, and they'll put down. They will not check, or they will not this thing. That one is not supposed to be. Is it supposed to be my mistake? It's not my mistake. I tried my best. Sending you CV 3 good times, 3 different times. Guy, check. Be sure that it's correct. Check. Even for visa application, people used to make mistake for their name. So I did my own part. Is you that not do your own part? And I did most of the work. So how many minutes will it take you? Even if it's to dedicate 1 hour and be reading that CV one after the other. But I don't know. I think some people are just overwhelmed. Like when they see their CV, they're always very overwhelmed. I know you're overwhelmed. I know it's because I did a very good job. I know, but I beg. You see those your contact and everything. Check them, because now waiting they go use to communicate to you. Be cool. Check them. May not be like say when they say I beg. Check them. So that's why this price I'm taking is 300k, and the 300k, 100k for KO, 100k for CV and cover letter, and then 100k for drafting interview questions from your CV, your cover letter, and preparing for interview. That is what the 300k cover. And then the application process, 100k for KO, 100k for CV and cover letter, then 100k for application process, drafting CV for you, follow up. Like maybe if you don't get response from the care home, I'll send you a message. You just do a copy and paste email to them. But God forbid, with the way I'm doing this thing, I'm sure that everybody is going to get a response. So after that, once they shortlist you, if you really want me to and this guy is intentionally doing it in front of my window. In front of my window. So like I was saying, so after that they've shortlisted you and everything. So if you want me to continue further with you, maybe visa process and everything, that's when we'll now negotiate how much you pay and everything. But if you know you can do it on your own, it's fine. But if you know you want to count and everything, so can you actually pay maybe just 100k for a website and not the cover letter? No, you can't, because what's the essence of giving you the website and you don't have a good cover letter? Like I told you, all the cover letter that I've seen is only one person that I know that his own is fair, and that's because he did he or she is actually like a customer care service. So you know, customer care is someone relating to it actually has somehow link with this care home, this thing, because you have to know how to be polite with your clients. You get, that's the only person I've seen. The other ones, oh god, if it's compulsory for everybody. And then the application money, is it compulsory? Yes, it's very compulsory. Like I told you, most of this website is not really user friendly. Some you have to copy and paste the cover letter, and some they'll tell you your cover letter should not be more than 2 words, 100 words, 300 words, that kind of thing. So after even taking my time to draft CV for it, I have to start counting. Like there's one of my applicants that drafted cover letter for everything was fine. So our website is saying our home must not be more than this thing. So now I don't even know how to remove some things and shorten it, because she doesn't even have health background. So I have to make it somehow explicit why she's doing a career change. Since yesterday I just look the cover letter, I don't know waiting to remove just to make it 200 was this thing. It's just this type of thing. So everything still boils down to, it's just like a combo package, like one of my applicant actually suggested, like a combo. So this thing is straight. So even if I don't get anybody to give me 300k to pay the 300k, I know that I am resting. And since I started this thing, I've not been able to cook except yesterday. I've been eating outside. So even if I don't see anybody to come and pay the 300k, I'll be able to cook, I'll be able to shoot videos for my other channel, I'll be able to make videos here, I'll be able to sleep well, do other things with my life. So if you're bringing the 300k, that means you are just buying me and just doing all those things. It's like, this thing is mentally draining. So for now, that's the price, 300k. Oh, nothing. I know some people will be like, this thing you can do it yourself and everything. I used to tell you the Google and everything is there. You can do it yourself, you can create and everything. But so far, it's not easy. It's not easy. Even the people that I've collected money from, now I'm done with their CV. In fact, the people that I collected 20k CV for, I just don't wonder like how. Because I thought it was going to be that company that would draft it for them. When they send the OC company, draft CV for them, in the time saying go use Google experience. You know, this kind of thing. I don't want Google experience. I want it to be real. I say, hey, you know about that one. It isn't in a CV company go they tell you, hey, what did you experience? How is this? Nobody. I'm not doing all those ones myself. I'm the one. So if I'm applying for you, get ready your rubber. If I'm doing this one for you, get ready your rubber. And there are some times that after I've finished drafting CV, I feel like this CV can actually work for another care that I know. Now ask you, can you do English tests? If you can't do English here, can you do NAIRA? Do you have like $100 that you're not using for NAIRA? You get there are sometimes that somebody will tell me I don't have experience, but when I finish drafting the CV, I'll be like, for example, people that have actually had experience with dementia patients, stroke, diabetes, paralysis, you know that's what is really common in care home. That's the most common patient that they have. So when you see that even a care home that is expecting that have experience, is that not an experience? I know that this dementia, this paralysis used to take like up to 2 years, 3 years for you to stay with the patient and everything. Don't be the MVQ where they find be that. Is that not the MVQ? So sometimes even after drafting the CV for them, I feel like this CV can actually pass for another care home, but can you do English test? Can you do this one just to make the requirements and everything? Then I don't know. So that's just been like that. It's been stressful. So but hopefully my next video should be UK universities in UK that actually accept third class and everything. Like I've not been posting videos here, so everything should not be about episode clinical. There are some people that can actually afford it, so I should bring in normal content to them. So if you don't see me posting or I am just working, that means that somebody has paid me 300k and is taking my time. But if you cannot pay the 300k, let me just take my time, shoot videos, cook, everything, and just enjoy the life of my head. Do that stand. I'm sure you do now. I'm sure you do. So guys, thank you so much for those that has actually paid And so far I have very good applicants. They are not stressing my life. Very good, very nice. And I like the fact that they even appreciate the work I'm doing, despite that they pay. They were still telling me thank you, they try, they clinic online, you know, all those things. They give person ginger, they give person motivation, they give person, you know, they make person hear this swear, say I want to do so. Guys, thank you so much. But unfortunately I just had to increase the price. Cool easy. If I have a life, at least I slept small yesterday. I have a life, and my pimples comes when I'm stressed. Yeah, so even if I want to have pimples on my face, you'll be like, you're looking at 300k in my account. Okay, it's what it's but JK. 100k is what I'm using to do data for you people. Guys, the work is stressful. It is mentally draining. It is, if you really, hey, and that's why maybe some of you sent application and did not see it, because you don't send it correctly. It's mentally draining. It is. There's a website that you have to accept cookies. There are some you don't have to accept cookies. There are some they will ask for cover letter, but you have to send cover letter and CV. There are some that they will ask for just CV. You must not send cover letter. So everything boils down to you studying the website, knowing their peak hour, knowing their want and everything. It's not easy. Another thing is, you are not applying to any vacancy. It's me that will go and tell you, oh yeah, send CV to this vacancy. It's not easy. It's not. So actually increase the price. So guys, thank you so much for trusting this brand. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. So guys, I'll see you in my next video. So hopefully I should be posting a video soon and everything. And if in case you want to call me a scam, that why am I charging money? Like I told you, this thing is on Google, right? You can go there and go and look for it, and then when you find it, open your YouTube channel and be doing it for people free. What do you think? What do you think? But I'm sure we supposed don't pass that stage of somebody calling me a scam, right? We supposed don't pass this stage. I think so. But if you never pass, that one is your ethic anyways. It is. So guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. I finished my video. I finished my video.